You need to have a right perspective toward yourself by affirming yourself the right way, and that means balancing those railroad tracks. Remember, the train needs to stay on the tracks. Your life needs to stay on those tracks. Constantly seeing yourself as special, constantly realizing you have soft spots so you can live in humility and openness and handle criticism, but also realize that you're of an incredible value. So you got that? Now, the second area where you need a right perspective is toward your life by thanking. How do you deal with life? Well, you're constantly thankful. In everything, you give thanks. You're constantly thankful. You wake up in the morning, you're thankful. You go to bed at night, become thankful. You're with someone or you're traveling and see people, be thankful for them. You have a meal, be thankful. The old concept of a grace over a meal, being thankful for a meal, is a wonderful thing. I'd encourage you to do that. Just have times in the day and be thankful. Some faiths will spend 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day just stopping to worship God and be thankful. That's an incredibly good thing. I suggest you make it a way of life, that you cultivate the attitude of gratitude. Dr. Seligman calls this learned optimism in his classic book. He looked at those who went through the Holocaust and how they handled the pain and the agony of the Holocaust. I mean, it was hopeless. And some made it and some didn't. Some made it and were still relatively healthy, though they lived through all the same tragedies or stresses as others, and yet they were able to make it through. And he contends that the difference is the ones who made it and succeeded had learned optimism. They learned they practice optimism. They learned to be thankful, to be grateful for what they had versus ungrateful for what they didn't have. Instead of complaining, they were constantly enjoying what they had, and they were thankful to God, to one another, to life itself. They had the attitude of gratitude. And that's what you want to do. You want to develop the mindset of being buoyant. Now this is not success motivational hype. This is just a reality of life. You see, you can't control all those stresses that come into your life, but a big part of responding eustressfully is not reacting emotionally, but responding intellectually, which becomes an emotion, by choosing to be optimistic, by choosing to see the glass half full, not half empty, by choosing to fill your mind with thoughts of gratefulness. So whenever you feel like complaining, maybe you're sick and you want to complain, instead just be thankful that you aren't sick all the time. Be thankful that you've had such a good life. Be thankful that you have people around you who care for you. Whenever you have a financial breakdown, don't just grouse about the financial stresses. Certainly you want to address them and deal with them. That's true in all these cases. But instead, be thankful. Be thankful for the life you have. Be thankful for the finances you have. Be thankful you're not homeless if you're not homeless. If you are homeless, be thankful you have a tent if you have a tent. If you don't have a tent, be thankful you have access to a food. If you don't have access to food, be thankful that there are opportunities to get some kind of shelter and help down the road. The bottom line is all of us tend to live lives that are better than so many people in the world. And we lose a perspective of being grateful. So be grateful. Be grateful for the blue sky. Be grateful for the colors. One reason I love my home and love living here is we have succulents all around our yard, so we have colors all the time. And I constantly try to be just thankful. Go around and be thankful for these colors. Find those things that feed your soul and be thankful. For me, it's colors, it's creation, it's nature, it's my wife and my children, my friends, my family. I love little children. I love dogs. We have 3 little dogs running around here, and I'm a toucher, so I'll hold them and scratch their belly and love on them and receive love back from them, and I'm just so thankful for them. I'm thankful for you. I love to touch people and help people grow, so I'm consistently and perpetually just thankful for the opportunities I have to communicate with you. But find those things for which you can be thankful. Hey, make a list. So your action step this week is this. Write a list of all those things for which you're thankful. Write it down. If you journal, which I hope you do, write it in your journal. And then every day this week, read over it. And just don't read over it, but say, I'm thankful for this. If you're a faith-based person like you can say, Lord, thank you for this. Thank you, Lord, thank you for this. Thank you for yourself. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for caring for me. Thank you for my family. Thank you for all the blessings you give me. If you're not a faith-based person, you can just say, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for this. The bottom line is you need to have the spirit of being thankful. And watch what happens. You will have learned optimism grow in your mind. You will train your brain and your mind to look at life the right way. That'll result in the right actions, and your emotions will catch up with that. That's called volitional cognitive therapy. It's a great thing. We'll talk more about that in the days to come. But in the meantime, you do that exercise, and again, if this is helpful to you or your family, if it's helping you grow and develop, and you want to help your family or your friends, your colleagues, pass this on to them and say, hey, tell me what you think of it, and then get in a dialogue about it. Start talking about how you can get on a venture, a quest to overcome and conquer stress, because you can, and we're gonna learn how to do that. You got it? Ron signing off from
Audio Jungle.